Now we're going to talk about the ability for you to tremendously leverage your time, and that's by having your own private training and support site. It's easy to type and put whatever name you want right up here at the top. You can have announcements here that would show up so that when your distributors log into their private training area, immediately they'd see whatever announcements you want. And you'll soon find out that everything in here, like announcements, calendar events, files, etc., they're all done by group. So we can easily create groups by pointing and clicking and typing. And so if you had a specific announcement for leaders and you had another announcement for brand new people, if you want to segment your distributors into different groups, you can easily do that so that you only show them the information you want them to see. Over here on the right hand side, they can search for anything, so they can find context files, knowledge base, which is like having your own search engine. We'll talk about that. Forums, resources, networking. There's all kinds of things that they can come in here, type a word, and quickly find whatever they need to find from their home page of their private training support site. They'll also have a task management system to better support them in managing their tasks and so forth. But let's look at this as to what it can do for you. All these links over here on the left hand side, by the way, you can control by turning on or off by one click from the admin area. And when we scroll down, what you'll see is underneath that help button is an admin button. That admin button will be available only for you, the administrator, and not for the distributors. If we click on the admin button, we're going to get to the administration area, and from the administration area you can either click on one of these icons, or from this drop down menu you can simply come here. So if you want to manage the announcements, autoresponders, chat rooms, all these different things we'll talk about in detail here in just a little bit, you can easily do it right from here. By the way, over here on the right hand side we've got a video for how to get started, all the different key features that you'd want to do with this. It's very simple and easy to watch these. Literally, I like to use the analogy of managing your own private training area is like riding a bicycle. The first time you probably try to ride a bicycle, it might have taken you a half an hour, whatever. You'd fall down, scrape your knee a few times, but once you've got it, you may not have ridden a bike for 10 years. You can get right back on and you know how to ride it. Managing your own private training area is the very same thing. Our training area is very simple and easy to use. If you can point, click, and type, you can manage it. So for example, one of the key things you might want to do right off the bat is set unique groups. So we'll go to the group administration area. From the group administration area, we can edit any or delete any of our existing groups, or simply add a new group. If we click on the word add, again, everything has tutorials, so they're real simple and easy to manage. Now over here we can type in a unique group name. Let's say top income earners, call it whatever you want, give it whatever description you want. Do you want those people to have rights to add, edit, or delete content? Maybe you don't want them to be able to delete content. Maybe you don't want them to edit any content, but we can go over that later. You pick an administrator. Let's say I'm just going to pick myself here. You can point and click and say who you want to add or delete to belong to this group. Click on the active button, save, and you've just now created a group called Top Income Earners. Now, why is that so valuable? Once you've created a group, you can come over here and easily assign your users to whatever group or groups you want to. The importance of that is now you've defined users to groups, and once you've done that, then let's say I want to add a calendar event. So we have a calendar over here, and you as a leader want to post a calendar event. When you add a calendar event, you're going to be prompted to enter the name of the group that you want to be able to see that calendar event. The importance of that is that now you might want to have a conference call or a live event that you only want certain people to know but not others. So let's just call it a conference call for let's just call it a conference call, but now we created a new group called top income earners. So if you remember that, we now select the top income earner group, and we can type in whatever notes we want to about that particular conference call, and now that conference call will only be available to the members in the top income earner group. And by the way, if you have questions, we've got all these little question marks. You can simply put your mouse on here and it will explain what that particular feature can do. You can even color code your events so you can look at a calendar at a glance and quickly and easily identify what specific calendar events you have, your notes, etc., etc. So we can come down here and schedule a calendar event. We can repeat it. We can say how many times we want to repeat it until when, have reminders, all types of unique, nice features so that when you add a calendar event, that particular calendar event will only be available for the people that you want to see it. Another thing that you're going to love about our calendar feature is that under the Options tab, you can view your calendar however you want to, but most importantly, you put it in whatever specific time zone you're in. So this way, you'll have no more confusion about what time is that conference call or that live event in your time zone. So this way, you as a leader can post a calendar event, and every single distributor being in your support site can select what time zone they're in, and it will automatically convert that calendar event that you just created into their specific time zone. So now you won't have people calling in an hour early or an hour late frustrated because they missed that important call. Now they'll see in your private training area the calendar event that you posted in their specific time zone. Another powerful feature of having your own private support site is the ability to easily upload files. So we can click over here on the Files link, and this will enable you as a leader to now add all kinds of files. All you need to simply do is click on the New Folder link over here. So if I want to create a new folder and I wanted to provide certain training on, I don't know, let's call it video marketing. So we can come in here and we can type whatever we want, video marketing, and we can easily create subfolders. And by the way, again, you get to determine who gets access to this particular folder. So we had a group we just created called Top Income Earners, and down here we say I give it a description, learn video marketing skills, whatever you want to type in there. Scroll down, click on Save, and now we've just created a new folder called Video Marketing. Now once we have that folder called Video Marketing, we then can add all different types of files into that folder called Video Marketing. So now here's our Video Marketing folder, and by clicking on it, we now see that the folder Video Marketing is available to the group Top Income Earners, and there's no files there currently, but all we need to do is click on the Add button, and we could immediately upload and add audio files, video files, PowerPoint presentations, Word documents, PDF documents, flash files, you name it, all different types of files. And that way you as a leader can easily add all kinds of files quickly and easily that will be available just to the group Top Income Earners. Or that group could be called everyone, and therefore everyone using our custom recruiting system and gaining access to your private training area would see whatever specific training and or marketing material that you wanted to upload. By the way, you'll notice over here this little icon that says Add to Shortcuts. That's like having a favorites button. You can add, for all of the features that we have, there's this little Add to Shortcuts button. And so when you click on this Add to Shortcuts button, the distributor will be able to quickly go over and find what we call their shortcuts. So over here on the left-hand side, I have my shortcuts. So if I click on shortcuts, I'm going to see those contacts, those calendar events, those announcements, those files, all the different things in your private training area I'm going to find as my shortcut, so I can immediately have a very quick way to go and find them. So for example, when I click on my shortcuts, I can find all the specific content library that I've selected as my favorites, and I can click on any of these and go directly to them. I can find anything in the knowledge base, forum topics, projects, all different types of features that we have available in your own private training site. A distributor can click and make a shortcut to quickly and easily go right to a particular thing. Another powerful feature for the distributors is the What's New button over here on the left. So this way, if they're working part-time and they're not logging into the training area on a regular basis, what you can do is click on the What's New link over here. And when you do that, then they will come to a page and find those new features that have recently been added to your private training area. So for example, let's scroll down over here. And what we'll find is and they can sort this, by the way, and say, hey, I want to see the 5 most recent or 25 most recent events, the 5 most recent contacts, the 5 most recent message forums or files or knowledge base, etc. And then they can click on any of them and go immediately there. Now let's talk about another powerful feature called our knowledge base, because the knowledge base is really like having your own search engine. What you can do from the administrative area as administrator is point and click and create an unlimited number of categories, and then once you've created a category, you can type or add whatever content into that particular category you want to. Then distributors can come along here, type a word in, and click on the search button over here, and that way it's like they have their own search engine, but the content in that search engine, so to speak, is limited only to the content that you put in there. Very, very powerful. So again, from the administrative area, you can point and click and create an unlimited number of categories by typing. It's very simple. And then once you have a category, let's say we have a category for ad tracking. And by the way, again, everything is available by group. So over here we can point and click and add a very unique piece of knowledge that will become searchable for your distributors. And once you've done that, again, anything your distributors find valuable, they can click on add to shortcuts, and then they can immediately find that on their shortcuts link, or they can come along here, type in a word to search, click on search, and again, then it's like you have your own search engine limited to just the content you want, and you can even limit the groups or the individual users to whatever groups you want to access whatever content you want. Now we're back in the administrative area, and I want to show you from here a very powerful capability that we have here as well, and that is our content library. From the content library here, you would be able to add content. Now you might have noticed I mentioned earlier we have a file feature where you can add content there as well. The big distinction between the file area and the content library is the content library is content that the distributors cannot download. So they can view it, but they can't download it to their own private computer and then do what they want with it. If you want them to have documents or files that they can download, you want to put it in the file feature. If you want them to just see it but not download it, you want to put it in the content library. And so what you can do from the content library is you can easily add your own content. You can see content from the library, and you can create whatever categories you want to make it easy for your distributors to find the content that you want to. Now the model that we've talked about here with having your own private training area as a key leader within your company and having other key leaders within your company have their own private training area as well, is that when you add your own content, you'll have the capability down here to share this with our Priceless Possibilities, that's our company, our library, or if you want to share it with a company-specific library. If you share it with a company-specific library, let's say we're creating a custom recruiting system and you're in company ABC, and as a key leader you want to have your own private training area. Well, what we would do is we would set up a content library for company ABC, and if you choose to share content with company ABC content library, then any other leader in company ABC would be able to see that content. Now that content would not automatically be available for their distributors, only if they like what they see, point and click and say, yes, I like this content, I want it to be available for my distributors, and of course you would have the ability to do the same thing. So the power of this is that imagine having many key leaders in your company, each having their own private training and support site. And sharing some of your training and or marketing content by coming to the content library, adding your own content, and then coming down here and saying, hey, I want to share this article or this audio and video or this presentation or whatever it might be. And again, it would be specific to your company. That way, the more leaders within your company that have their own private training and support site, and of course the more that those leaders would be willing to share some of their training and or marketing material, then we would grow a huge library of your own private training and support material. As that library of private training and support material grows, that gives you the ability to have access to a tremendous amount of company-specific training and or marketing material, so you don't have to be the training guru and reinvent all this amazing training content for your team, but you also have total control. You can review it, point, click, and only select the specific content that you want to be available for your team. One more feature that we're going to talk about here from the administrative area is forums. You have the ability to point and click and create an unlimited number of forums. When you create these forums can also have an unlimited number of topics. Again, in the administrative area, there is a tutorial, which is a video for each of these features, so it makes it really simple and easy for you to make sure you know how to use this feature. Again, it's point, click, and type, but we give you a video to make sure you know how to do that. Okay, so to add a forum, you would simply click on the Add button, give it a name, tell it what group you want to have access to that specific forum, and then over on the left hand side over here, your distributors would have access to those forums that they are a member of that group that you had selected. Now we have two specific types of forums. Some are moderated and some are unmoderated. A moderated forum is one in which if a distributor, let's scroll down here, we'll show you, here's one that's moderated. Okay, so here we have a huge library of huge amount of different forums, and each forum can have an unlimited number of topics. So you'll see, let me scroll back up here, you'll see the number of topics here and how many posts in that particular forum. Okay, and we can just click on these and go right to them immediately. Now again, with a moderated forum, what I originally was talking about here is that if a distributor posts something, you as the moderator would be able to view it and point and click and either approve it or disapprove it. This way, if you want to make sure that your distributors can communicate on certain topics but only with approval, then you can use a moderated forum. So you can allow distributors to share valuable information on lead sources or marketing tactics, or what's working, what's not working, to post questions about, hey, how are you building the business, and other distributors can come in and share their responses with them in a way that maybe can help them tremendously and save you a lot of time. Again, this feature gives you the ability to make it moderated or unmoderated. In summary, let's talk about the many unique features that I quickly went over here with your own private training and support site. Again, number 1 at the very top, of course, you can point, click, and type and name it whatever you want. It'll create a brand identity for you. You could upload your own picture over here on the left-hand side. You have total control of setting up groups from the administrative area so that you then can put users into whatever group you want to, and you do that by clicking on the admin link that only you as the administrator can see. One of the things I forgot to mention that I like from the administrative areas, I can go to look at all my users, and when I do that I can see the last date that they've logged in. I can even sort this, so this is a really nice tool here for me to see quickly and easily who is accessing the training area on a regular basis or on a recent basis. So here's, you can sort this by clicking again to the most recent or to the oldest. So I can see that certain people, they haven't logged in at all, and some people, for years. So if you've got people that are continually complaining about and asking you questions, how do I do this, how do I do that, and you can see that they haven't logged into your training area, well, that's a good indication why they don't know what to do. Back over here on the left, again as a summary, let's go back to the home page. As a distributor, they get access to your private training support materials so they know how to best build your home-based business. So again, they can have an announcement that can be available by group. They can find out what's new. They can see all your calendar events. They can even post their own calendar events. They have their own separate contact management system here if they want to keep their own contacts that are outside of our custom recruiting system. We've got access to that content library that I talked about, where you can share your training and marketing material as well as training and marketing material from other top income earners in your company. They can access all kinds of files, and again, the distinction and difference between files and the content library is that the content library they can view but they cannot download. The files section is where they can download. So if you want to give them access to a phone script, or you want to give them access to marketing material that they, something for a flyer or business cards or whatever, you can upload it into the file section. They can download that and take it to a printer or print it out themselves, whatever. We talked about forums so that you can improve communication with certain key people. They can be moderated or unmoderated. The knowledge base is the ability to have your own search engine only on the specific content you want. We even have a powerful project manager, so if you're trying to manage projects, you can do that. In the resources area, you can point and click, type on the add button, type in, give it a title, give it a unique URL, and give it a description. And this way you can put great training and support material in front of your distributors. We can even hide this URL so they don't even see that maybe you might be an affiliate for a particular company that has a product or service that you would recommend to your distributors anyway, but this way you can have a unique link to that service, make it available to your distributors, and again, this can be group specific, so that if you don't want your certain distributors to see certain things, you don't need to make that happen. And then when they come over here and click on this link, they can go find out about the product or service that you want to recommend. And when they do so, again, if you're an affiliate for that particular company, now you're helping your distributors get access to powerful resources that you would normally recommend to them anyway while you're making money on it. So that's pretty much an overview of having your own private training and support site. The last thing I'm going to say is this. The importance of having your own private and training and support site is that the better trained your distributors are, the more successful they're going to be, the more likely they stay in the business, the more money they're going to make, the more money you're going to make. Also, if there's a key leader in another company that's not satisfied with their business opportunity, they're looking to bring their entire group over to a new company. First, they're going to shop companies and products and compensation plans, but once they've done that and they've decided, let's say that they want to move their entire organization over to company ABC, they're going to look for key leaders in ABC. They're going to look for key leaders within ABC that have the powerful tools to best support their team. And when you've got your own private training and support site, when you're seen as a key leader within your company that have the tools that you can point, click, and type and provide support to your distributors and your team in real time, immediately, they're going to be much more likely to want to bring their entire organization of people over and sign up underneath you in your particular business opportunity. So there's so many reasons why having your own private and training support site will dramatically build your home-based business.